Welcome back to the Morning Wrap. The season 2 series finale of The Santa Clauses on Disney Plus is happening next Wednesday, and the mastermind behind all of the set decorating is right here. It's production designer Melanie Jones with me now. I saw this back there and I was floored by how beautiful the setup looks, and I cannot believe how talented you are. This is incredible.
Thank you.
When did you start realizing that you were so talented in creating and making things come to life like this?
Well, I mean,
were you one of those when you were like in kindergarten that you just started doing things?
I used to draw a lot.
Yeah?
And I also, you know, I would be at home in my room listening probably to a Disney record, a record, long time ago.
Stop, they came back.
Yeah.
You know that, like,
I know
we're both vintage, but they came back, so we can feel good about that.
And drawing the characters, and I was very interested in the backgrounds. You know, not just the characters up front, but what was behind, and you know, it just sort of evolved. I did theater when I was a kid.
That's great.
Got into building the sets, and you know, then film and TV, and it was just a kind of a long, slow.
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the series.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious what it was like diving into that role and creating the different set decorations and everything for the show.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I got the call that it was even going to happen, doing something like creating the North Pole is so exciting.
I was going to say, that sounds really hard too, because there seems to be so many intricate details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you do, you know, the set is a character, just like actors have characters that are written. And so what I do with it is I just get into the kind of the backstory. And the backstory for our show is that the elves built everything in the North Pole. And elves being elves, they love treats and candy and, you know, that kind of thing. So I tried to imbue all of the sets with things that look delicious. It looked a little bit, you know, there's.
That just sounds delicious.
Oh, it is. And when you walk around on set, you're hungry all the time. Seriously.
That could be great or a bad thing because it's all candies and sweets.
Yeah.
Did you feel any pressure while you were doing all of this?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always pressure. It's part of the job. But more than that, I mean, particularly if you're designing to a story, you're trying to tell a story, then you focus on that part of it. I'm not really thinking about initially how it's going to look, which is crazy because that's my job, but I'm thinking about what story are we trying to tell here. And then things fall into place, and sometimes you have to tweak and make adjustments, and there's so many things that you take into consideration. When I'm designing a set, I'm thinking about the actors and how they're going to move on it, and you know, there's stunts, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. So
there's additional choreography to the choreography in the set design.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about the DIY stuff that you have, that you want to teach us.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I'm quite impressed by everything you have. And I was telling her earlier when I saw her back in the green room, our green room back there, this took me back to childhood. I always remember decorating stuff with my parents and trying to get in the spirit with my siblings. So I love this.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about, and they talk about this, Santa says it on the show, Christmas is about giving, and it's about spending time with family and doing stuff together. So you know, and the elves make everything there yet again. So I made all these little ornaments that are very, very easy to make. They're just flour and salt and water. And you get cookie cutters. You roll it out like, you know, you roll it with a rolling pin. And you get your cookie cutters, whatever ones that you like, that you're attracted to. Put it in the oven for a couple hours at 250. Take them out, and then you can paint them. I used all the little elements on here. There's gumdrops, and there's mints.
But even the
marshmallow.
brush strokes you have on the snowman, I mean, I'm so impressed by this.
That's just me playing
I know. I think you're incredible.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm moving the table. I'm so impressed. Okay, I want to go back to the mixture. You said salt, water, and flour?
Yeah, so
what's the consistency of that mixture?
Well, it's 2 parts flour to 1 part salt. So if it was a cup of flour, it would be half a cup of salt.
Okay.
It's a lot of salt. Use cheap salt. Don't go for the Dead Sea salt or anything fancy.
Because you're not eating this anyway.
Yeah. And then the water water, I think you put the water in, you knead it with your hands. And you kind of feel that it's going to be not too tight and not too loose.
Okay.
And you can add a little, the water's easy to add, so start with a little less, feel it out. You can even take some of the dough and roll it out on your, on your cutting board, see how it holds up. When you put the cookie cutter into it, you want it to pull itself up without like falling out of the cookie cutter like all over the place. You just want to pick it up and then take it out, put it ungreased pan, which I thought was interesting, but that was the recipe. I did, and I just Googled it. How do you make it? Because I remembered making these, and they're so fun, and it's not that expensive. I mean, I literally did it with a little bit of acrylic paint, and I went and bought a bunch of candy, and just kind of played around with what marshmallows would look good.
And those cookies too, by the way?
Can you eat them? No. No, they're hard as a rock.
Okay, tell me what was your favorite part or thing or moment about working on the season finale of the Santa Clauses?
I'm trying to remember what happens in the season finale. Probably the thing that I liked about season 2 the most was the letters department, which we've seen already. It's a cool set. It's where all the mail comes to the North Pole. It magically arrives there. And I designed it as kind of a almost steampunk sorting, pneumatic mail thing going on, and I can get really geeky about it, like what mail goes where. But yeah, that was super fun.
I love it. Well, we ran out of time already, but you're amazing. This is incredible.
Thanks.
And I'm so excited to try this at home this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, please do. That'd be great.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to put all this on our website at kcalnews.com/themorningwrap.